There's 61 internet crimes against children task forces across the country, each working with their state attorney general's office to stop predators taking advantage of kids online. Tonight, we're following along on a case that all started from a tip from Wisconsin ICAC task force. A child there reported they were a victim of a possible sexual exploitation crime that traced all the way back here to Utah. And it's giving us a glimpse of how officers track down child predators right here in our state. Weapons ready, cars packed, radios tuned in, all lined up for roll call. It's another Tuesday evening for the Utah Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. They load up, getting ready to serve a search warrant.
These agents back here will offload first. And then
get familiar here with Sete Aluei. As Utah ICAC commander, we'll be hearing a lot from him. In fact, to ensure anonymity and protection for the rest of the force, you'll only be hearing from him.
And you're running through scenarios on what your contingency is, where you're supposed to go if crap hits the fan.
We're in a Riverton neighborhood. Officers you see approaching a home. Here, there's a process to everything.
Adrenaline rush is still there, I'll tell you that. Even though they look calm and collected and things like that, they are, but I mean, we're trained to do this. We do this all the time, but it is far from a routine search warrant execution.
Inside, they're looking for a 26-year-old man accused of having explicit photos of children.
I see we're breaching the door.
Can you walk us through what's happening inside right now?
Yeah, so they're clearing all the rooms in there, and I haven't heard that they made contact.
They find out he's not home. Day turns to night as they wait for officers to track him down at work. In the meantime, investigators are in the Mobile Forensics Lab, or MFL, using their search warrant to look through some of the man's electronics.
They can do hard drives in here, they can do phones in here, and it all happens right here. On this side,
but the MFL has several uses.
Sliding door here, but on this side, this is where the interview happens.
So right now, they went to his place of work with mom's help.
Yeah.
And they're bringing him to come back in here.
Yeah.
And eventually, they do just that. Officers bring the 26-year-old back home and into the MFL. We're asked not to shine a light or show his face. They say he messaged several boys, coercing them to send nude photos. One was an 11-year-old boy in Wisconsin. Officers say the most recent explicit picture the man got was just hours before this. Time now is around 7 o'clock or so. We got here about an hour ago. We just watched officers bring the person of interest inside the truck. They're sitting in there right now, going through the interview process. Sifting through explicit photos of kids, busting the quote-unquote bad guys. It's a heavy load the task force has to deal with.
To answer your question, how I see the world, I mean, we're exposed to so much bad, I guess. You have to try to force yourself to see the good in the world, which we do.
Agencies and officers across the state tracking down those like the Riverton 26-year-old who's now booked in jail facing 10 felony charges. These types of people, officers say, can be all around. A teacher, a pastor, a police officer. So with that in mind, Commander Sete leaves us with a warning.
Those who are engaged in this type of activity, you're not going to get away with it much longer. I would say if you're engaging in this, or if you're doing this, I would stop. I would seek help, because you're likely going to get caught by one of our ICAC investigators across the state.
Those investigators with their badges and gear ready to go at a moment's notice. The task force says they saw reports of online child predators go up around 450% during the COVID-19 pandemic. They've noticed that number go up in Utah every year since.